So the pond is pretty much prepared for winter. This is the A-frame greenhouse I built to go over the pond. It's been up for a few days now. Still gonna do a few things to it, but this is basically what I came up with. Do a little walk around with this. So the actual pond will be covered, but obviously the waterfall is gonna get turned off. So on the backside here, basically you have panels there, panels everywhere basically, and then this really thick but clear tarp that it's nylon reinforced, so this thing should easily withstand the winter. You can already see the condensation inside now that the sun's up, but I have everything going right now. It's not overly cold or anything. It's still way above average as far as temps are concerned, but this part here I had to kind of improvise a little bit, but this thing is pushed all the way back against the edge of the pond, is like basically right here. And then I have these really thick pieces of basically plastic covered styrofoam, and then underneath are some more plastic panels. So this should do really well, and then just the logs for a little bit of weight. But you know, obviously the snow is just going to completely cover this whole area eventually. But show the inside a little. This overhangs a little bit, and both of these doors open. So, and the reason these sandbags are here is because underneath here, there's, you know, it's obviously not 100% level as far as the pond is concerned. The wood is, but not what it's sitting on. So these sandbags kind of take up that difference, creating a fairly tight seal. But anyway, both of these doors open. And here is the inside. So yeah, basically a greenhouse over a pond. And there's no turtles in here. I'm not actually gonna have the turtles in here over the winter time. They could easily be in here right now. It's quite warm. The water's, it's actually 61 degrees in the water right now. Last night got down to 46, and this water still stayed 61, so that's good. And then this morning I checked the temps, and this rock right here was 55 degrees. And then right outside the greenhouse on this rock was 48. So it is staying warmer in there even overnight. So obviously it's not even cold though, so see what happens. So I have 2 aquarium heaters in here. So this year will be a testing year. So I'm gonna see what it takes to kind of, you know, I don't envision ice being on this pond at all, but we're gonna see what happens. Last year, obviously, the pond completely froze solid with nothing over the top of it. So we will see what happens this year. So far I have both of those heaters just kind of hanging out there. They're on those metal grates just to keep them far away from the plastic sides of the pond. And I also have an aerator in here as well to kind of keep the water moving. That in-pond filter and fountain, I'll probably keep it on, you know, on and off throughout the winter. I kind of modified the filter elements, taking out the really fine ones and just leaving in the coarse ones so that it doesn't need to be cleaned. Plus, once the water dips below like 40, it doesn't get dirty anymore anyway. No more algae, nothing like that. So this is kind of just a quick update to show the structure I built. And I'm just gonna be doing more videos on this throughout the winter because it's kind of cool to kind of keep a running log on it, and for anyone who's interested in the journey, they can follow along. But yeah, we'll see how this does. The fish in here, by the way, are just like little pets. So let's see here, there's 3 goldfish in here, and then like 7 sunfish. I know one of them's a pumpkin seed. The pumpkin seed's like the boss of this whole pond. So I come up and I give them a little food. And they're just waiting right here for that, by the way, so here they are. So sunfish can be domesticated, basically. They come up just like any other domesticated fish. You can get these pellets. So that is the update for this pond. I'm sure changes will be made. We'll see how it does. Like I said, it's kind of a test year, just to see what happens over winter with this pond. Of course, the lilies are all died and I cut them back, so I'm hoping that the lilies just survive in their baskets in this water. I think they should. And then the hostas, bare root, going awesome since spring. Some people doubted if hostas would live with their roots exposed in water. Well, they actually flourished. So I'm actually wondering, it's kind of be cool, kind of follow the journey of the hostas too, because normally they would, you know, in this environment, if there was no top on this thing, it would just completely they'd be dead and I'd have to replant them. So I'm just hoping that they'll die back, which obviously they will die back. It's not gonna be that warm in here. But they'll not die to the extent where they won't come back. So I'm gonna see if they'll come back. Otherwise, I'll just cut into some of my hostas around the house and put new ones in spring. So we'll see that too. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now. If this pond could be maintained to a fairly consistent temperature throughout winter, I mean, being in zone 5, it gets very, very cold here. So, and kind of north of zone 5, so it gets cold. So, you know, you can get down to, you know, 15 to 20 below zero standing temperature. It doesn't happen often, but definitely -10 is something that is seen, you know, a few times throughout the winter. So this video is getting a little long, so that is it for now. Any updates along the way, I'll post them. But like I said, it's definitely above average temps right now, so this really isn't even necessary right now. But the way weather is here, like literally 1 week it can be 80 and then the bottom just falls out and then it's a high of 48 or something like that continuously. So I'd rather get this thing on and ready to go before that happens. So I'll be maintaining kind of a video series on this, seeing what the water temperature is, seeing what I have to do to maintain the temperature in this thing. I should say not maintain, but see what the temperature ends up becoming, because you know, I don't think I'll have a problem all the way until December. December is when I'll start to get some cold times, and then January especially, and then February for sure as well. So let's just see how this greenhouse goes.